Hi and welcome to You're Not Allowed to Say the S Word, a Heartstopper podcast. We're the small pod that big on heart and even bigger on Heartstopper, and we're not going to apologise for it. I'm the host Luke, and I'm joined by the yellow and blue crew. We've got Indigo, Jackson, we've got Ellie, guys. What's happening? What's good in your lives?
I'm still getting ready for the show, 2 weeks away, very excited. And I woke up from a nap today to the most horrendous cramp of my life. 3 whole minutes it lasted in my leg.
Oh.
I felt like I was going to die. So painful. It was one of those where every time I moved, it made it worse.
Yeah.
And I felt like my leg muscles were trying to swap sides. It was awful.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I sometimes get one that is like down the back of my arm that feels like my arm muscle has twisted.
Oof.
Do you ever get that?
Yeah.
I've only ever
Horrid.
had cramp in my calves during my pregnancies. That's the only time I've had cramp. And I used to just all night when I was sleeping just wake up with really bad calf cramp constantly.
Apparently
only in pregnancy.
Apparently it's a sign of dehydration. So
Yeah.
I've had a lot of
Goes
water
through the figures.
since that happened. I had to proper stretch it out as well. Like I couldn't stand on it. It
I
was
was
so
really fatigued the next day.
You can't wait for that, being at work all day tomorrow.
No, that's horrible. I often get them on the back of my arms, like where my tries are, and then also on the bottom of my feet. And it feels like the muscle on the bottom of my feet is trying to move round to the side of my foot.
Nads gets them in her feet and her
Horrible.
toes.
It's
all
horrible.
the time.
And then I used to have to try and like flex my toes, but it's just I don't like it. It makes me feel horrible
And
thinking
you got
about
one
it.
toe that's like...
It's not my toes, it's right along the bottom of my foot. Don't like it. So I sympathise with your plight, though I don't think you can die from leg cramp.
No, I agree that you can't, but it definitely feels like it.
Oh, sure, it can feel like it, yeah. Oh, it can feel like it for sure.
You.
Ellie, what's good in your life?
I've just come back from Majorca.
Lovely.
Mallorca.
Not Menorca.
No,
You didn't
Mallorca.
sit on a beach crying to the Asia Project.
No, I did not. No,
Okay.
I did not. No, I was just on the opposite island.
Was it the opposite island?
I don't know. Next door island.
I think that's more, the opposite island would be like one of those islands just off Antarctica, I guess. Different hemisphere, very cold, not many tourists.
Yeah, I sort of meant like across the sea.
Okay, sure.
But yeah, it was
Adjacent
nice.
island.
Adjacent island. That's probably the better word.
Yes.
It was good. It was nice, apart from we spent 3 days of it sort of isolating with a rubbish sickness bug, but otherwise it was a lovely holiday.
Oh, great. That sounds great. What was your highlight? What was the best thing you did?
Ooh, we didn't actually do loads other than be by the pool and the beach.
Classic Lambert holiday.
Yeah, and the time just went so fast. We did plan to go to a market in like a local city, and then we just didn't because it was way too hot to cope. And we did plan to go to the water park, but then we didn't because it was so expensive. So my highlight probably, there was a nice like gelateria, is that what it's called? Like an ice cream place, like fancy ice cream place.
Sure.
And my highlight was probably choosing a different flavour every evening.
Oh, lovely. What flavours?
Oh, they had everything, but Snickers was probably the best.
Snickers.
Snickers ice cream always is so nice.
They did a really nice Raffaello one as well, like coconutty. Oh gosh, that was really nice.
What other flavours did you have? I want to know all the flavours that you
had Ferrero Rocher, I had Nutella, I had Banoffee.
So going hard into like the chocolate
yeah
realms.
I had a
Now that you
dulce
can.
de leche. I had a salted caramel. I think that was it.
All of those would be poison to me, but they sound great.
Yeah, I'm making up for
Although
being
I say-
dairy-free for such a long time.
I say they sound great. As I've said before, I'm now at the point where if I eat some actual dairy ice cream, I don't enjoy it because it just leaves that horrible sour milk taste and a horrible like coating
Claggy.
feeling in my mouth because I've been out of it for such a long time. So I actually don't enjoy it, but do sound good. I went to the Sussex Ox,
Ooh,
nice pub
haven't been there
yesterday
for
for
years.
Sunday lunch. For Sunday dinner with my mum and her partner, and I had a very delicious strawberry and hibiscus sorbet.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
That was nice, actually. That was nice. Holy cow.
Mm.
They do good ice creams and sorbets. Holy cow. Highly recommend. It was a very cow-related dinner, actually, now I think about it. We went to the Sussex Ox. I had roast beef and holy cow ice creams.
That sounds lovely.
Does sound nice. Is the food good there?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah,
Need
it's
to
really
go.
good. Like the Sussex Ox.
They used to have back
We're
in
raining-
the day like a good like kids play area.
Yes, they did. They don't have that
now.
anymore.
They've made it more like
No.
upmarket adulty, haven't they?
They do, but it's still really good. And we're the reigning New Year's Eve quiz champions there, 2 years running.
No.
Actually, I've got a £50 bar tab I still need to spend. Can do that when I go away camping in a couple of weeks. Next week! It's time next week I'll be camping.
You've got your annual camping trip.
Yes.
So no pod next week.
No, we'll be here.
Okay.
I'll come back for it because I'm dedicated and committed.
Have you got a fancy dress night again?
Yes.
Who are you going as? It was Celine Dion last year, right?
The theme last year was the Olympics.
Okay.
The theme is usually a country, but last year it was the Olympics, so I was Celine Dion because she performed at the opening ceremony. Or closing ceremony. Opening ceremony.
Opening, I think.
I think. This year, I'm really pleased with my costume, actually. So the theme is Greece, the country Greece. So I'll give you 3 guesses. See if you can figure out what my costume is going to be.
Something Mamma Mia-y.
Don't be so stupid.
Something Mamma Mia 2-y?
Are you
Share.
going as
Shut up. I hate Mamma Mia.
a meze board?
No. No, I'm not, no.
Greece. Who's Greek?
Greek yogurt.
No, I'm lactose intolerant.
Vegan Greek yogurt.
No. Wait for me. I'm coming.
I know the song, but I don't know who sings
I'm
it.
going as Orpheus from Hades Town.
Ah. Is that Greek mythology?
Orpheus. It's based on, Orpheus and Eurydice and Persephone and Hades. Yeah,
Cool.
It's based on ancient Greek mythology.
Amazing.
It is actually. It actually is,
So
actually.
what are you going to
Amazing.
wear to create this?
So I've got like a linen sort of grandad collar shirt and some chinos and some big work boots and a red neckerchief and leather braces, and I've got like a waiter's apron that I need to distress a little bit. I'll just tell it my life story. That usually works. and then I need to get a hold of a guitar would really finish the outfit off, but I haven't got a hold of a guitar. But yeah, that's the outfit. It's going to be great.
I've got a kid's rainbow coloured mini banjo thing.
No,
No?
absolutely not.
Okay. Can't help you with the guitar then.
Okay, fine. So
That's
that.
exciting.
That is exciting. That is exciting. So I've fairly recently started a new job. I've talked about Heartstopper a bit to some of my colleagues, to one of them in particular, and she was like, "Oh, we're going to go and watch it," and I was like, "I don't know that you're going to love it, but okay." She started right. I need to read you some messages that I've had because I think we're all going to appreciate this. So she's about my age. She messaged me on we're now on Monday. She messaged me on Thursday. I've done 5 episodes of Heartstopper today. My heart actually aches watching it. I was like, welcome. Yeah, she said, it's really transported me back to my teen years, the emotional turmoil of crushes, friendships, not being part of the in-crowd, and that's without the complexities of also trying to navigate sexuality. I need to stop watching it, but I can't. I love all the characters too. Well, the nice ones. I'm going to do one more tonight, then force myself to stop. And I said, well, I will be expecting full in-depth reviews of every episode. Ali, you're not allowed to say the S word at Heartstopper podcast. And she said, once I've done season 1, I'm going to listen to the pod, then start season 2. I was like, great, I can't wait. Really exciting. Yeah, what else? She really feels so much for the characters and their unique positions and experiences. She generally has a tight chest throughout the show. I was like, yeah, I know all of this. And then on Friday, so the next day, I get a message saying, I'm so here for the teacher romance, currently on episode 6, season 2. Also, I love the soundtrack, we'll be downloading it. I also love Tao. I was like, interesting. And then today, I got another message saying I'm in absolute bits with series 3, currently on episode 4, and just can't stop crying. I think it's not just the sadness Charlie is feeling, but Nick's love for him. I'm like, you don't need to tell us why you're crying. We all know why. We all know why. And then about Tao, she also said, my feelings are changing slightly, but I do love his fierce loyalty to his friends. But when she was saying she was in absolute bits, I was like, didn't I tell you? And she said, no. I'm like, well, let me refer you back to a message where I said there are some scenes in season 2 and 3 that are next level in terms of emotions. Mm-hmm. So she loves it. She said she loved everything about it. She loves the aesthetic of the show. The cinematography is unreal, that each character takes you on a journey. There's so much depth to them all, and they all have their own moments of story telling that make you love them. Really enjoying Isaac's self-discovery at the moment. And I was like, I love that. I thought you'd hate it, but I'm so glad you love it. Yeah, I've then said I'm really interested to get your thoughts on the film as part of the first watch binge, and I wonder if it will feel different if it's part of the first watch binge than it does for us, having been on such a long journey with Heartstopper.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see.
But yeah, I just loved it. I loved it all. Especially, I think we can all relate with that. I'm going to start watching Heartstopper. I've watched 5 episodes in a day.
I just wish that I could have watched it.
I've watched a whole season the next day.
I feel like I missed out on that, like, binge watch.
But you can. You still can.
No, I know. I need to go back and
Yes,
rewatch.
in the same way Indigo needs to do this with Young Royals.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I managed to get in my first cry watch of Heartstopper Forever today, and so I'm emotionally completely drained. I did cry a lot, especially at the end. And then I was okay, and then I went on TikTok to make myself feel better, and then I watched a video about this couple who are having to put their dog down, so they had a big party and invited all of their friends and all of his doggy friends over as like a last day treat for him, and then
Why would you watch that to cheer yourself up?
Well, I did. TikTok just threw it at me, and I was like, "Oh, cute dog," and then I understood what was going on, but then I had to keep watching.
Yeah, those videos are so heartbreaking.
So heartbreaking. But then, thankfully, TikTok saved me by showing me videos of how stupid pandas are. They're so stupid. I love them. They're so cute and stupid. And then also a seal that sounds exactly like Miley Cyrus.
I want to see this.
The journey is usually the part that you remember anyways.
Identical.
Absolutely identical. So, yeah, that's where I am with life. And my car's dying.
Oh,
Good.
no.
Yeah, Simba. It's like he knew that we were coming to the end of Young Royals, but probably not for a while, based on how far we didn't get through Heartstopper Forever last week. We're here to talk about Heartstopper Forever, you guys. I'm really interested. So at this point, our episode from last week hasn't come out yet, but I am interested when it does to see what people think about what we've been saying so far. I think some people are going to have really different opinions to us, and some people are going to possibly relate to some of the things that we said. But there we are. We didn't get very far through it, Ellie. We didn't get very far.
No, you really didn't.
Far through. In my head, I had split the film into 4 quarters, and we're like, that would be 4 episodes. But of course, actually, each quarter is like half an hour, and it usually takes us 2 episodes to talk through half an hour, and that's pretty much how it went last week. So it might be an 8-episode story arc for us.
You might find that we whiz through some of those half hours.
Maybe. Who's to say? Now, here's one thing from last week, and I bet some people will have put this in the Facebook group, but again, the episode hasn't come out yet, so you can't have said it yet, so I'm getting in before you. So I looked into it. The scenes at the beach car park, they are filmed at Herne Bay, which is where the first season beach scene was. The Big Boys finale is filmed at Margate in Kent, so they're not filmed in the same place, but they are very similar locations. Very similar locations. So we can be forgiven for thinking they might have been the same, because they do look basically the same. What sort of things have we encountered so far on our journey through Heartstopper Forever? Charlie has become a head boy. Harry's mad about it. Shame.
He's become a head boy in more ways than one.
I don't think that was one of the things that was shown to us, actually. Showed us a lot, but I don't think it showed us that.
We talked about the pier, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a hand.
It was implied.
It was implied, definitely.
I don't think it was.
I think it was.
It was implied they did stuff, but it wasn't implied they did that. That was a hand. Everyone was standing up.
Sound off in the comments. What do you think? I don't think they went all the way. Charlie definitely went down there.
There's nothing to suggest that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. They were standing up. They were both standing up.
They don't need to be laying down for it.
No, but one person needs to not be standing up.
You just have to go down on your knees. It only takes a sec.
But what I'm saying is nobody did. But what I'm saying is nobody did. So therefore, there's no implication.
I'm saying
you have assumed that because you have a dirty mind. I want to sing a Pipette song to you, but if I did it, I'd misgender you, and I don't want to do that. But it's a great song.
I'm sure it is.
They've got a dirty mind, just don't know what you're gonna find. There you go, that's the song.
How I knew you were just going to do it anyway.
Well, I had to figure out how not to misgender you. It turned out I just had to change the pronoun. It wasn't that difficult.
Yeah, hear that?
Oh, tell them. But yeah, so Charlie's become head boy. God's sake.
In more ways than one.
No! Charlie's become head boy. We've very briefly been reintroduced to all the characters, being cool and grown up and going to parties and things. Nick's been celebrating Charlie having his head boy success. We've met a little kid with glasses. He might be significant. Charlie's left the rugby team. What?
Just thinking about Alfie.
Good grief.
Yeah.
Even when I rewatched it the second time, I just wet myself laughing. And then
Yeah.
the reel or whatever you sent over, well, yeah, it was so accurate.
Nice to know we weren't alone, but we'll get to that.
Charlie's quit the rugby team. He's working as a barista in an indie coffee shop because he's queer now.
Just needs to dye his hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get a nose ring, tattoo some plants and book references on himself. You know, the usual.
Not that you're referencing anybody in particular.
No. Oh, come on, if you had hair to dye, you'd have done it as well.
Yeah, well, actually, you know, I technically could now. I could dip dye or something. Or I could do like
I
an
think
ombre.
they did that on the end of the spit.
I could do an ombre now. My hair's long enough. Not going to, because that sounds expensive.
Which ombre would you do? What's his name?
I've always wanted purple hair.
What's his name? No, it was because hombre is like Spanish.
Oh.
Friend.
Well, I'd have to go for the head boy, obviously.
Charlie has gone to Mr. Lang to suggest having a pride club and has been rejected. Rejection, rejection, rejection. Homophobia. We need some anti-homophobia cheese up in here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was homophobia or more he just couldn't be asked.
He said no, and that's homophobia. Anytime the gays are rejected, it's homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime anybody says anything negative to me, rejects anything of mine, homophobia. It's just the way it is. That's the world we live in.
Okay. To offer a different perspective, I just think he's a lazy teacher. We never liked him from episode 1 anyway.
Yeah.
He's not very involved, but he definitely votes reform.
I don't think he does.
I don't think he does.
I think he's Labour.
No, he's Tory or reform.
I think he's
in
a
my
Lib
eyes.
Dem.
Oh, he's Labour. Lib Dem wouldn't deny a pride club, but Labour would.
Majority of Labour members wouldn't.
Oh, cool. So that's why they're protecting trans rights so strongly, is
Well, obviously, yes. There's some issues there.
Tell him, sis.
We're not a political podcast, but I'm leaving that
I think
in.
we're past that point.
But I'm leaving that in. And anyway, that's where we got to. That also actually was quite a good natural break for us because that took us to the end of autumn. So we're going to kick off with the song 18 by Khalid. Was it the most Heartstopper song on the soundtrack? Maybe not. I don't know. But the song 18 by Khalid and the graphic winter comes up because we're doing it in seasons. Oh, we also talked about how much of this was a reference to our podcast. Because there's a lot in this film that is a reference to our podcast. And we know that now. And we're confident with that and we can own that. So that's...
Jury's still out.
Don't think they are. We've got Chili and Tori all together, the three of them. That's nice to see. And they're all wearing smart shirts and they're all Christmas decorating for Christmas. Yay! Michael is there too. And he's talking about how he's training up north and teaching kids how to skate. Because now they know that we've read Solitaire. Now they know that we know that Michael does speed skating. So that's good. But... again, this is a bit of an indication to the fact that this film really is just fan service. Even then, it's like, but fan service for who? Because if you haven't read Solitaire, you don't know that he speed
it must
skates.
be so out
That's
of the,
come
like,
out of
the blue.
nowhere
Yeah.
whatsoever. I understand why they put it in. I think it's just another example of they've had to take what needed to have been spread out over several scenes to give it some depth, some qualification, some understanding, and just put it into one line. It feels very compromised, and I do feel that we've been shortchanged with this film, and I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm sorry, but I do. I would rather have the film than nothing, but...
I feel like they've done a good job of getting the key bits of information required into the film. They've done a good job for a film, but it would have been much better as a series. That's what I feel like.
We'll talk about it more. Tori tells us he's training for the Winter Olympics. That's a discussion we had during the old Solitaire years, wasn't it? Him being in the Winter Olympics, Femke Koch, etc., etc. And so that ties nicely into Solitaire. But again, like it needed a bit more of a qualification, I think, than just throwing it in as basically 1 or 2 lines. They're talking about, or he's talking about having to take time away from Tori and their relationship. And again, I feel like this needed you to have read Solitaire for it to make sense. Because I feel like when we left it at season 3, we were left being told by Tori that she's ace, and therefore I think the assumption was that nothing would happen between her and
that
Michael.
She didn't want to pursue a relationship.
Because she said she'd slept with him. She wasn't into it. She was trying to hide from Michael. She alluded to the fact that she was ace. So the assumption was no relation. And I very much took that assumption into Solitaire, and it was quite a surprise at the end of Solitaire then, when it seemed that they did end up in some kind of relationship. But yeah, this follows on from Solitaire, Tori and Michael, but it doesn't seem to follow on from season 3, Tori and Michael. And again, we needed just a bit more to build to this comment. I feel if you hadn't read the books, if you'd just watched season 3 and then had this scene, you'd be going, what have I missed? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
And it also left me, just like with the books, confused about how Tori identifies. But I was only confused at the end of the books because in the series, she definitely presents herself as ace. But actually in the book, she never does.
No, the book made it seem like there was some kind of attraction between them.
It's just all very confusing. And it's nice that we get Michael and Tori in here. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's like, maybe it would have been better to have not included this than to have included it in the way that it was and leave it a bit confusing for a lot of people. Perhaps.
I mean, I even feel like in series 3 of Heartstopper, adding in Michael just for the sake of adding in Michael seemed a bit pointless. It was like, again, they were just serving the fans to try and get a little bit of Solitaire in there, but actually it didn't make sense to do that. And now they're doing the same in the film.
It gave them a storyline for Tori.
Yeah.
And without it, she wouldn't really have had much.
True.
So I get it from that point of view. And Tori has to be an important character because that's where it all began. Yeah, I don't know. We then go to Nick having some kind of panic attack in bed, which wakes Charlie. I mean, at first I thought they were doing something else in bed with the heavy breathing. I was like, oh God, here we go again. But no, it was Nick waking up in some kind of panic attack, which then wakes Charlie up. And it turns out he's crying because he dreamed that Charlie died. Thoughts on that?
I was a bit like, sorry, you imagined what?
He had a dream that Charlie died and then he woke up crying.
Yeah, that just felt really out of the blue to me. I was like, oh, that's quite dark.
Nads often has really vivid weird dreams like that and gets super upset about them, or super angry about a dream that she's had, and she'll be angry for days even though it's not real.
I get really angry at people. I will wake up and be like, I'm absolutely furious with you, and I can't let go of that anger, but I do also know it was a dream and it's irrational for me to be angry with you. But yeah,
that's so interesting because I'm the opposite.
I have intense dreams, intense feelings, also romantic dreams, and then I wake up and oh my God, I think I'm in love with this person. I remember when I was in college, I had a dream about Jamie Cullum. A really intense romantic, not sexual, romantic, full on love dream. And when I woke up, I was like, I'm so in love with Jamie Cullum. Not even how you have a celebrity crush. I was in love with him because I had this really powerful dream. But also, I do also remember having a dream about my godfather, that he died, and I woke up crying. So it sounds crazy, but yeah, I've been there. That's very strange. Brains are stupid. Mm-hmm. I wish I could control mine. I simply can't. Charlie comforts him, and I was like, what's this building to then? Are we going on a Nick mental health journey here, perhaps? We then move on from that scene. We go to the gang, or certain members of the gang, the Paris gang, unloading some instruments in the back of a car. We're then in a pub. Nick's getting the drinks in because he's 18, but the others aren't.
Yes, I
kept
kept thinking
this. How are they getting
this.
away with this?
Well, this is it. This as a scene for when I was that age, back in 2000 or something, would make sense. But nowadays, if you're 18, you can't get around in for all of your mates who are underage.
No chance.
They all have to be ID'd.
Yeah.
Indigo, you work in a pub, confirm or deny?
Yes, in our pub it's 8 o'clock, under 18s need to leave. And you have to do like ID checks with everyone.
Yeah.
I think in like a locals pub like that, you would probably be able to have people of that age in there in the evening.
It's a licensing law thing. So most pubs it's 9 o'clock. But
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't have
How long's that been in place?
longer than I've worked in pubs.
Well,
There's like
I often go
it's
to
a
like
health and safety
country
thing.
pubs. I often go to country pubs with the kids and stuff, and we've
Yeah.
sat with the family and we've got kids, and my friends have their kids and stuff.
Pub restaurants, it's different.
Okay, yeah, that's probably
The rules are different.
Oh, I see.
Because usually they've got a dining area and a bar area.
Yeah.
So, like, you wouldn't have it, like, maybe they wouldn't have under 18s allowed in the bar area after a
Yeah.
certain time, but the restaurant would be fine.
That makes sense.
Because, yeah, I feel like I definitely see 16, 17, 18-year-olds in pubs at that time of night. But what I don't see is one of them getting around in for everyone else because they all have to get ID'd.
Yeah, I mean, there's no chance in a normal UK pub that they'd get away with that.
No, absolutely not. So this felt a bit like, no, not true. Lies.
Oh, yeah, no, that was just a pub. They shouldn't be under 18s in there.
Interesting. Good to know. But even if it's like a band night, like if there's a band on, because it's like a live gig.
Speaking, like, personally, I don't know the specific rules of things. The chaos of what's going on there, I just wouldn't chance it. Because how are you supposed to monitor all of that? Because you have to be so vigilant in case there's ever anyone in there that could get your license suspended.
Yeah.
But there's, like, people buying... Because there's always people buying shots for other people, and...
You would just
You
ID
have to have
everyone on the
eyes back
door,
ahead.
wouldn't you? Like the same with any kind of gig venue, like
Yeah.
like later evening pub bar type thing. You always get ID'd on the
Yeah,
door.
and wasn't Nick literally buying drinks for everyone?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. That's
Because they made a comment about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but none of you are 18.
That's the issue I have. I just wouldn't. And they were
He's
sitting.
a year older than all of them, isn't he?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no way.
He's about he's in the same year as Elle, Tara, Darcy, Sahar.
Yes.
He's older than Isaac, Tao, and Charlie.
Oh, and Imogen. Imogen's also their age.
Oh, Imogen's.
But they
But they make a
specifically
comment
make-
about
yeah.
the fact that he's a
He's the one
September.
who's old
He's a
enough.
September baby, and this is like December. So yeah, they make a comment about the fact he's the only one old enough out of all of them, and they're sitting really near that. It's not even like.
They would have been cut off, and I would have asked them to leave.
Because there
Right
are
now.
there are some pubs where it can be a bit sprawling and you might get away with sitting on a table over somewhere right the way round a corner and you might get overlooked for a bit. But they were in a busy pub right near the bar.
Yeah, but mystery shoppers are such a thing now that it's not worth the risk anymore. If you get caught, it's game over. And I know in terms of Weatherspoons, they send in
The
people-
clowns.
They send in someone who looks. So they have like a secret shoppers who purposely look very, very young.
Okay, I'll do it.
You'd be fine.
How rude!
But they make sure that they send people in to pubs that look
to make sure that they're
yeah.
getting ID'd and like treated accordingly.
Yes.
Interesting.
They send people in like once a month to like review their experience as well.
Really?
Yeah, we get CQ'd every single month, at least once, sometimes twice. We get marked down for anything and everything, and it affects our bonus. Not that that's much. If you don't do like a 2-minute check back, or if you take too long to do a check back, they knock the points off, and I'm like, oh, get a life.
Corporate pubbery.
Yeah, these guys would have been kicked out a long while ago.
Or at the very least not served drinks.
I'd be intrigued to know what time of the evening this was, because if it's still like 7:30 or something like that, because I imagine maybe it was.
I mean, they were unloading
gigs
in...
usually start like 9.
Yeah, that's the thing. They were unloading in the dark, but then, the gig itself
But it
was
was the time of
starting
year.
there in
Yeah,
there.
it's
But then,
December, it would be dark.
but then
at
that
4
also,
o'clock.
they were still there after the gig.
Yes.
And they were there, and actually he was there after last orders.
So it would have been like midnight.
So they were there all night.
Although a pub like that usually shuts at 11.
Yeah.
So it'd be between 11 and midnight.
Last orders is usually 11 at a pub like that, yeah.
They usually shut at 11 now, pubs, because we always get an influx of people at 11 o'clock. So I think they usually take last orders at like 10:30.
Gone are the days.
I closed last night and I got someone annoyed at me that I wouldn't serve them at 11:59. We didn't do last order bell. We don't have one. You're supposed to tell everyone. No, I'm not. It's also 11:59. We close in less than a minute. Not serving you a pint. I hate people.
People are gross.
Yeah.
It's entitled. You've been coming up every 15 minutes for 2 hours. It's like, I think you're okay, actually.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We see Queer Intentions. That's the band that Sahar and Charlie are in. Tara says that Charlie looks fit, but Let's talk about Sahar.
Right?
Looked like a completely different person.
Transformation.
And I'm not even talking about obviously she's lost some weight, but
There was definite like a style and calmness and like coolness to
she
Sahar.
she looked like a grown adult woman.
Yes.
Whereas previously she looked like one of the youngest in the cast. It was a complete transformation.
Just suddenly matured.
Yeah, if you had shown me a picture, I would not even have known it was her. But then she spoke and I was like, oh, it's Sahar. But they don't linger on that. The focus is on Charlie, because this is all about Nick and Charlie, this film, really. Imogen says that Charlie's transformation is down to self-confidence, and it leads her into a moment of opening up about herself. But then she's cut off by Sahar, of all people. I'm like, oh. And it's frustrating, actually, because we had spent 3 seasons building Imogen as a character, building this story, and particularly building it with Sahar. And this was one that really deserved more than we were given, I feel.
I agree, especially because she's a character that didn't exist prior to the series.
No, and you know, there might have been others, like you could argue that, Tawannel's story actually had kind of come to its natural conclusion at the end of season 3. They were together, that was it. You could say the same with Tara and Darcy. But Imogen and Sahar, and Imogen in particular, that was a story that was actively being built. To the point that we left it. We were actively given the indication that there's more to come here. And then we've missed out on it. Again, another way I feel shortchanged by it being a film, because I think in a series we would have been able to get more of a payoff here.
I feel the same way about Darcy's story. There was no
her
conclusion.
Like, transitioning, or you mean like her relationship?
Well, yeah, the gender identity was left very ambiguously in the air, which is fine because Darcy's obviously the type of person where it changes. But it meant more with their mum.
Yes, yeah. Home life and...
Like, obviously, they moved in with their nan and that was a lovely relationship, but the mum stuff was still a problem.
Yeah.
And now we're never getting a payoff about it.
Yeah.
Whether it ends good or bad.
There's been a few things like that we just feel like things left open.
Yeah, sad.
Very sad.
It's a shame.
Sahar's good, but I would say she's not quite like a rock band front person. She didn't quite have enough. I mean, we knew this from the first Queer Intentions performance. She doesn't quite have enough
power.
Yeah, power. Oomph.
I did like their rendition of Deck the Halls.
We're not there yet. Her first song is a cover of I Only Wanna Be With You by the queer legend that is Dusty Springfield. Loved that. That is going to be on the vinyl box set that I've pre-ordered, so I'm excited. Nick's reaction and dancing to it is really cringe, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it, and I wanted to not watch or skip it, but I couldn't because I wanted to listen to Sahar. The one bit that was iconic was every time she went, "Now listen, honey."
Honey.
That was good. I liked that. Nick and the rugby boys are at the bar and they are absolutely pounding shots.
And not just shots, shots of tequila.
Shots of tequila.
Yeah.
Dangerous stuff.
Now, I've already talked about the fact that them all getting drinks is not realistic. These boys might be 18. We don't know. They might also be 18. So this might be okay. This bit might be okay, sure. But there's so much about this scene that took me out of it because I was like, I don't buy it. I don't believe it. I don't like it. It's annoying me. And this is one of them. I know from a story point of view, they wanted to show us that, Nick is getting into this sort of culture and he's getting really hammered and he's pounding the shots. But if someone was actually pounding tequila shots like that, especially at his age, if someone was actually pounding tequila shots like that, like they would be in hospital because that was ridiculous. It was like
6 I counted, I think.
Yeah,
in like a matter of minutes.
Yeah, within the space of one song.
I know there are people that can do that, but
even when I drank, I would stay away from tequila. I didn't like the taste of it. But also, when it went down, I had to fight because it wanted to come straight back up again. My body rejects tequila. Awful stuff.
I like a shot of tequila followed immediately by a shot of like apple juice or pineapple juice. Oh, yeah.
People order that in the pub. They ask for like a double tequila apple juice. That's quite common now. Oh, somebody was like, can I have a double tequila and soda water? I was like, you're disgusting.
I was just going to say, I remember watching Lost. Do you remember Lost?
Yeah.
I remember watching Lost and the character played by, who is it, that actress? She was in Lost. I think she was in the Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, and Blue Crush. What's her name? That one?
I don't know about Blue Crush. I think she was in one of the Alien films as well. Anyway, her character, there's a scene of her character going to the bar and ordering a tequila and soda.
This one.
I was going to say Michelle Rodriguez, and I
is.
doubted myself. Yeah, I love her. There's a scene of her getting a tequila and soda, and I was like, that sounds so grown up and cool. So I remember going to a bar. Do you remember the Namaska rooms in Eastbourne? I had lots of
No.
friends that used to do gigs. Finn's mum used to do gigs. I remember going to see Finn's mum, Gemma, who
Where was it?
did our mum's episode on Seaside Road.
No.
I then used to do loads of like art stuff
near the Nut
based there.
House?
I don't know where that is.
Well, it's
cool.
not there anymore.
It's called the Phoenix Hill.
I don't know what that
Next
is.
to the Royal Hippodrome.
Oh no! This was up closer to.
Near a blue bar.
Blue Bar is...
That's on Pevensey
Yeah,
Road.
that's not on Seaside.
It's the road up from that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I remember going there and being like, I want a tequila and soda, and then getting it and being like, this is not nice.
Rancid.
It
If
was
you've got it
really
with lime
bad.
cordial, then I can kind of get it a bit
No,
more.
it's
But
just tequila and soda.
Awful.
But actually, it's not the tequila that's the problem so much as the soda for me.
yeah, it's just water.
Soda waters. Well, no, soda water's not nice.
No, it's not.
I like sparkling water, but I don't know. It's like when you have a gin and tonic, and I was like, oh, I don't like gin. I'm like, no, mate, you don't like tonic. Tonic's bad. That
believe
was it.
everyone
It
lies
wasn't.
about
No,
gin
actually,
and
that
tonic.
was it. It was a tequila and tonic.
Oh, gross.
That's horrendous.
That's
Yeah,
awful.
wasn't nice.
I've never served anybody that. I'll tell you what I did serve the other day, though. Guinness in lime.
Ugh,
What?
Isn't that foul?
that's disgusting.
Sort of want to have to try it before I make a judgment.
And I only ever put, when someone orders something like that, I'll just put in a full shot in the bottom, and so it mixes with the whole thing and doesn't unsettle the head. The guy came back up and was like, I'm going to need way more lime than that. I was like, you're a freak! You're a freak!
That's so gross.
I was pouring that lime for way too long.
But people have a lager top.
Yeah, that's lemonade.
That's different.
There's a little bit of lemonade. This is lime cordial in a
Guinness.
in a stout.
I'd have to try it.
No, awful. Even the idea makes me
But
feel
then
wow.
Guinness in black is quite common. But I feel like a fruity flavour makes more sense to add to something than a citrus flavour in a something like that.
Yeah, actually, I've known quite a few people who have Guinness and black before.
Guinness in black is
No,
such a university drink.
Yeah.
I'm thinking actually the nice acidic sharpness of a citrus to balance out that really deep, rich, metallic, dark flavour of the Guinness could be quite nice.
Well, maybe you should give it a go.
But I'd
Let us
have
know.
to try it. Yeah, I do like it, but
I've never drunk a Guinness before. I've only ever tried one.
I've only had like a sip.
And I was like, absolutely
I
not.
love a baby Guinness.
You mean the Irish cream and coffee liqueur?
Love it.
I'm not that bothered with Guinness. I will drink a Guinness, but very rarely. I know that everyone says Guinness in Ireland, but Guinness in Ireland is nice.
Yeah, apparently it's totally different. It's like
Yeah.
next level.
Yeah, it is. But anyway, yeah, they're pounding the shots, and who is the other side of the bar looking on? Seemingly there with no friends, by the way. Who was it? Can you remember? David.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've written here, I know what they're going for, but this, with the doing the shots, is a little bit like Nickelodeon unrealistic. Let's push it beyond the point of realism to make a point of people having a problem with alcohol at a young age. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I did wonder for a second. I was like, Ella's most women have had a drink in their entire life, because that's not what it
It
looks
was
like.
a bit over the top, overdone.
Yeah. And again, like, if they'd shown him going back up to the bar several times and doing that many shots, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
That would have been realistic. People do that. But just the doing them all that quickly and then not being blue lighted to hospital to have his stomach pumped, not realistic. Even if he's a big rugby boy. Some of the boys he was with are not big rugby boys. They would have been dead. We then have Queer Intentions leading into a kind of sleigh version of Deck the Halls. Now you can talk
Yeah,
about
I
it.
like this. I like this rendition.
It was nice, but I was like, why are we listening to this song in July?
Because it's set at Christmas, it's doing it year, it's Gilmore
I know,
Girls
it
Year
just-
in the Life.
It's like you don't listen to Christmas music when it's not the Christmas season, so I was a bit like, I don't like listening to this right now. It's not Christmas.
Oh, definitely. And I kind of love it when people take more traditional songs and then give them like a modern or rocky sort of twist, but at the same time there is always, when I listen to like people trying to sound cool while singing really old-fashioned archaic language, I'm a bit like, You sound a bit stupid. So I was like, I really like it, but also you do sound a bit stupid. This is also on the vinyl box set that I've pre-ordered, I believe. What I did notice, and this can't be a coincidence, that when she sings Don We Now Our Gay Apparel, we then cut to Charlie.
Yeah.
And Charlie then looking at Nick talking to some girl. Talking to some girl. What did you think?
I didn't really think much of it.
I didn't think much of it at this point, no.
Really? I was like, they're making a point of Charlie seeing him talk to a girl. I was like...
Oh, yeah, I was like, oh, this feels like a precursor to something. But
we're going,
also
I thought we're going down a
like,
cheating storyline. He's going to get drunk and he's going to do something with a girl. And
yeah.
Charlie's going to see
They were
it.
also highlighting how secure they are in their relationship, though. So I was a bit like, oh, it's just another example of that.
It did cross my mind, but then I thought that would be too obvious to throw that in this quickly, this soon. And Charlie.
Well, with the way
didn't
this film has
despise
been
them.
going,
Well, true.
that's what I thought. I thought, oh god, he's going to have got too drunk and Charlie's going to see him making out with some girl.
Wouldn't that be horrific?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah.
But also, if he'd have done that, we'd be criticising it for being like, that's not Nick.
Yeah.
Well, I think if it would have been done, it would have been the girl coming onto him. Then he was too drunk to but then he did. But anyway, it wasn't even that. Turns out he was actually pointing out that Charlie was his boyfriend, so it's fine. Then
She also did the awkward wave when she realised she couldn't hit on him.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Then Nick starts acting badly, obnoxiously drunk.
I've heard a lot of people praising his drunk acting.
I didn't think it was too bad.
I thought it
Ellen
was
Tao were talking
atrocious.
and he stumbled in. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was good, but I didn't think it was that bad.
You hate drunk acting anyway, though, don't you? You've ranted
We've
about this
talked
before.
about drunk acting before. Drunk acting is incredibly difficult to do and do well.
Yes.
I am no good at it myself, so I will say that. I'm coming from a point of view that I can't do it either.
I've only seen one good drunk actor, and that's Steve McFadden, who plays Phil Mitchell.
Oh, right.
He's a brilliant drunk actor.
I think there are lots of good drunk actors out there, but I think there are far more terrible ones. I'm sorry. I feel I can say it because Kit Connor is not going to have any less successful a career for this scene or for my comments about it. And this is not personal against Kit Connor or Nick Nelson. Don't come for me. But it was dreadful. I was like, has he ever been drunk before? Has he ever seen anyone be drunk before? It was such a GCSE teenage stereotype of what a drunk person is.
I will say, as someone who's around drunk
it.
people every single day of my life, I don't think it was as bad or as unrealistic as you think it was.
I agree.
A lot of the 18, 19-year-olds,
Are like that.
they do act a bit like that, but it's usually because they're acting drunker than they are.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because they're fake too.
Yeah, but it's interesting because I was like, well, I've seen this, but it's also people trying to act drunker because they think it's cool to be drunk.
Yes, exactly, yeah.
But he's actually meant to be drunk, so I was a bit in two minds about it.
Yes, normally when someone is that drunk, they're trying to act sober.
Yeah, he had the red face thing was a nice touch though.
But he...
That's very realistic.
Sweat.
Yeah.
He was sweaty.
But he just came across as someone who was acting drunk. That's why it's so difficult to act drunk. Because drunk people aren't trying to act drunk.
Yes.
They're trying to act sober.
Yes, it's hilarious every single time because it never works.
But when sober people are trying to act drunk, they're trying to act drunk. That's why it's so difficult.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but it was bad. I didn't like it at all. We then go to Nick having a wee with a blurry filter to make it very clear to us that he is drunk, as if the overacting about to come isn't enough to let us know that he's drunk. He staggers around all sweaty. Why is he so sweaty?
Drunk people get sweaty.
yeah,
He's probably been dancing.
drunk people are sweaty.
Yeah.
It's probably hot in there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But he was like dripping with sweat. No one else in that pub was.
Some people just do sweat a lot
I
when
get
they're
like
drinking.
that when I drink.
Some people are like, especially on the weekends, I won't, like, if I give them a drink, I make sure they don't touch me because they are wet to the touch. I also sweat a lot anyway, so like I can sort of relate. But also, the bathroom bit I thought was the most realistic because I think I said it when we watched it together. I was like, been there. Because when you go to the toilet, that's when it hits
It's
you.
either if you go outside into like fresh air, or you suddenly go to the toilet or stand up, and then you're like,
Yeah, because you have a second to compose yourself,
Yeah.
and then you go, oh, I can't gather my bearings. That's not good.
Yeah. He encounters Towel, that's Towel and Elle, who are arguing about their future, about The fact that Elle isn't going to commit to flying back from Berlin to visit Tao. And again, we need more of this storyline to really understand it, because on season 3 we left it in a place where Tao was being good and accepting of it. And suddenly now we're in a place where we're not. And yeah, that makes sense for the characters, but we haven't gone on a journey from one place where it was kind of wrapped up and accepted to now having a different mindset about it. We need to have gone on this journey with them. This should be like episode 3 of the season, if we're like splitting it up, this film up equally. Equally?
Interesting. Yeah.
Like each of the seasons in this film would be like 2 episodes of an 8-episode season. So that we should be at episode 3, and we would have had plenty of time to get into the Imogen thing, to get into the Tori and Michael thing, to get into the towel thing. But we've missed it all.
Yeah.
I feel shortchanged. I'm not going to stop saying it, sorry. Nick drunkenly interjects about communication and him and Charlie. Again, I'm sorry, I just didn't buy it. I just don't think that he would do that in that way with them, even if he's really drunk. I'm just not loving any of this.
I think he would.
I thought this was funny. Yeah, I was like, yeah, this is what drunk people do.
But is it what
People do
Nick...
it to strangers.
But is it what Nick does?
But
after
drinking-
some tequila.
I was going to say drinking changes people.
He's such a considerate person.
He is, but
I think he was trying to
I think he
be,
thought he
yeah.
was trying to be, like, helpful. It's all about communication.
Towel are both quite rude to him as they shut him down.
You gotta be when people are like that.
When everyone else is sober and there's one person in the group like that, it's...
Infuriating.
Oh, God.
So, yeah. Well, Tao particularly was like, we get it. You and Charlie are perfect. It's just not the time right now. Do you think that was a fair response from him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Nick meant any harm by it, but I think that's fair enough.
He
Tao
lost
and
his-
Elle were trying to have a private conversation.
He lost his ability to read the room, so...
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Nick staggers off. We're out the back of the pub now. Some cute guy, and he was cute actually, was talking to Charlie as he packs his drum kit away. Nick staggers out and then kicks off about flirting with his boyfriend. And the other guy's like, we were just having a conversation about drumming, and we all know that's a lie, at least from the point of view of the guy. And Nick knows it's a lie. And again, I know he's drunk. Is it a justified response from Nick?
No, I don't think that's ever appropriate.
No.
You
He wouldn't have reacted like that if he was sober, so...
Yeah, you need to
It's
trust
just-
that your partner can handle that.
Yeah. And it was... I mean... It did make me laugh because the young lad said something to Charlie like, oh, any advice on drumming? And Charlie was like, practice or something really,
It's really blunt.
really blunt. So obviously, like, he's handling it, but yeah, I think Nick's reaction was ridiculous.
Charlie follows him inside to see what's up, and obviously Nick's not happy about the flirting. Charlie's like, well, I knew I was being flirted with, but I can handle myself. And he points out that actually he didn't kick off when that girl was flirting with Nick. Nick says that's different. How is it different?
It's not.
It's not different.
It's not different. I did wonder if Charlie, though, if he hadn't been up on stage drumming, whether he might have said something. Because there was something in the way that he clocked it that I thought...
He was definitely concerned.
I don't think Charlie would have. Charlie's the sort of person who would talk to Nick one-on-one after the fact and just be really awkward about it for the rest of the night if it was a problem.
He would say to Nick later on, oh, so who was that girl you were talking to? And sort of approach it like that.
If you like her more than me, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah. He wouldn't be like, what are you doing flirting with another girl?
If you like her more than me, I get it. She's really pretty and I'm just some loser.
They're cut off by Tao storming out, followed by Elle. And again, these are story acts. So, the Nick getting into having some drinks, getting a bit jealous of Charlie being flirted with, Nick himself getting flirted with. That is a storyline that could have been spread out over, or built up over 3 episodes.
Yeah.
The Tao and Elle stuff is a storyline that could have been built up over 3 episodes, and we've missed it, and I feel robbed. I'm going to be saying this a lot. You're going to hate me. Oh my God, you're all going to hate me so much. Don't stop listening though. Keep coming back.
I don't think they will, because when we put out our little special episode,
Quite a few people agreed.
a lot of people agreed.
We'll see. It's just, and again, I am so glad we have this, but I just feel like the characters deserved more. The story that Alice Oseman has created deserved more. The performers deserved more. And we as fans deserve. I feel like everyone involved deserved more. I don't blame anyone for this except probably Netflix. It's probably just their fault. So let's blame them.
It's also the viewers' fault because it's because of lower viewership that they didn't do a series. There was lower viewership on season 3.
Really?
And I feel like there's been
Yeah.
like really not much noise at all about the film. I expected it to be. I mean, we're obviously getting
Well, yeah,
the
this
reels
is...
and the this and the that through, but it's not even, you know, on Netflix when something is like heavily featured and it's in the top 10 films or whatever, like it really wasn't that visible like I expected it to be.
I find it really difficult to comment. So Amy on our Facebook group brought this up. I find it really difficult to comment because I've got all of the algorithms. That means I've been bombarded. Like everything I've seen for the past 4 weeks has been Heartstopper related. Every time I go on Netflix, it said Heartstopper Forever is coming, and then it's like Heartstopper Forever is this rated, and make sure you don't forget about Heartstopper. So for me, I haven't been able to move for it. It's been everywhere. So I've heard other people say they've had nothing from it. I think we just live in an algorithm
True.
world now. There's no such thing really as general advertising anymore. All of the advertising that we get given, unless you're sitting watching TV and sitting watching the ads on TV, everything you get is pushed to you for a specific reason.
Targeted,
Yeah.
So,
And queer media is not the most popular thing right now,
no.
which doesn't help. Like, people actively avoid it because it's so contested.
Yes, but then if it's something you consume, that's all that you get shown.
Yeah.
How's it been for you, Indigo? Have you had...
Oh, I'm bombarded
Yeah.
because I'm so actively engaging with it, because I'm trying to push it and I
yeah,
want to
I've
see
had
it.
a lot on Instagram, like a lot of reels and
But I don't
video
get
clips
yeah.
of interviews and things like that.
Yeah, but I don't get any like football clips or sporting related stuff unless it's wrestling.
No, I have no idea when, like, Maths is on, or Love Island, or I'm a Celebrity. I don't get loads of stuff pushed to me about the, like, viral documentaries that come out, because that's not my world that I live in. So I think... I don't necessarily think it's that Netflix have been quiet about it. I think it's that it depends what your algorithms are. I mean, actually, if you go to like the Netflix UK Insta account,
They've been doing a lot.
the past couple of weeks prior to Heartstopper Forever being released, a huge amount of their posts have been Heartstopper Forever related. So I don't think they've been quiet about it.
No,
I just don't think it's been getting pushed to a lot of people. It's been in all the magazines. Like, there are so many interviews. BBC, you know, the BBC has had interviews. BuzzFeed, GQ, Vogue. Like, there's been stuff everywhere. It's been everywhere. I think if people are saying, well, they haven't seen much about it, it's because it's not pushed to them through their algorithms. But I think it is out there, and I think it's out there a lot. I don't actually know of anything that I've seen Netflix push more than this. But then again, I'm not looking at what other things they're pushing.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything that comes to either of your minds that has had that much publicity, like from Netflix directly, for example, or on Instagram in the run-up to a release?
From Netflix directly?
Yeah, like
Probably
on the
not.
Netflix UK account.
But I only
for
started
example.
following Netflix UK recently. Yeah, a lot of it is Heartstopper.
Yeah.
The majority of it, yeah.
So what more could they have done? So I'm not sure.
I don't think it's anything to do with Netflix specifically.
I'm not sure I buy into the fact that it was not made a big deal of. I mean, they had a premiere in Leicester Square.
Yeah,
they had like a big movie premiere.
I'm just saying, I just don't think there was a lot of, like, in terms of the population, I just think queer media is something that people are avoiding.
People aren't, it's just not, people aren't picking it up.
And I feel as well like there's been such a long, well, feels like a long wait between Series 3 and this film. It's easy for people then to reset their algorithms with other stuff, and then, but now the film's come out, they're not automatically going to get Heartstopper stuff again.
Yeah. We're back with Nick anyway. Nick goes in search of another drink, although Charlie's like, you've had enough. Well, how many times have we had to tell our friends, you've had enough, come on. It falls on deaf ears, because it always does. I've actually written it falls in deaf ears. That would be bad. Isaac's going home. This tracks as an Isaac move. Once I've had enough, I'm going. Goodbye. I don't see him as a drinker, and I don't see him as someone who's going to stay past his social battery.
Mm-hmm.
Nick,
good on him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best way to be, I say. The bar's closed, so there are no more drinks for Nick, who thinks that everyone hates him. Oh, I don't think they do, but if you keep acting like this, people won't love you. It's just true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to be that liability of the group, do you?
No. And then we've got... Now, is it a classic line or is it a cliche line? Are you angry at me? No, I'm not. I mean, if I had £1 for every time I'd seen that said, I'd experienced that being said from a drunk person, or that I'd seen that on TV, I wouldn't have to be a teacher anymore, that's for sure. Because it is very cliche, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. But everyone says it though, like genuinely.
Oh god, yeah. I mean, it's a cliche for a reason.
Yeah.
But it's a cliche. What were your thoughts on Charlie then suggesting they get an Uber?
I mean, I didn't even
What?
register
Yeah,
that really. Was it a thing?
Is Truham going to have Uber?
A lot of places have Uber now.
Yeah.
We don't have Uber.
No, yeah, that's true. We
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
Actually,
Cities.
Yeah, I don't think Truham will
Cities
have Uber.
have Uber. London has Uber.
Yeah,
Does
but
Brighton have Uber? I
Brighton,
don't know that Brighton does have Uber.
I don't think it
because
does.
because Brighton and Hove Taxis wouldn't let
Yeah.
them have it.
Exactly.
Towns in England don't have Uber.
True. Yeah.
They don't have Uber. This is not realistic. Sorry, no.
Unless it's Uber Eats.
I'll go Uber Eats. Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. I know about Uber Eats. Don't you worry about that. They'll go and get your shopping for you as well if you
I
want
know,
them
it's
to.
so cool, isn't it?
But no, I like shopping in person.
Oh yeah. Well.
But we don't have Uber, we have taxis. We have taxis in English towns. I'm sorry, but we do. They don't live in central London. That's just not a thing. David then appears and says, what the f*** is wrong with him? I think we all know what's wrong with him, David. He's
David,
really
you were
drunk.
watching him down 6 tequilas in
Yeah.
a row.
You watched him pound the shots. You know exactly what's wrong with him. But, I hate to say it, at least he's there to give them a lift home. Thanks, David. But again, I feel this whole, drinking thing, drinking to bury his feelings or whatever, this could be a whole season arc.
Yeah.
Rather than just... The problem is, it feels very out of character because it's come out of nowhere. Whereas if we'd built to it, it would be a thing. It also feels like quite a cliche thing. But again, cliche for a reason, I suppose.
Yeah, I get that. But on the other side of that, I also appreciate the fact that we're experiencing this change in behaviour the same way that the other characters are.
Yes.
So, it's just as much of a shock to them, him being like that, as it is to us. So, in a way, I can at least appreciate it for that. Not everything has to be so explained to me first. We can figure it out together.
It's not that it needs to be explained. It's just that it needs to be... There needs to be an arc. There needs to be a journey for a character. If it's so out of character, if we've gotten to know a character in a certain way for so long, and then they do something really out of character, then either there needs to be something that builds up to it, or it comes out of nowhere, but then it needs an arc to resolve it.
How long has it been from the end of, in terms of how many months, years, whatever, from the end of series 3 to this point, this winter now that we're in? Because they finished summertime, right? So is it a year and a half on?
No.
Or just half a year on?
They finished just before the summer holidays,
Yeah.
and then the start of the film was just after the summer holidays.
Okay.
Because they're now in upper sixth.
Yeah,
they're in
I mean,
year 12,
I do.
year
So I see
13.
what you're saying. Just seems like there's been quite a radical change all of a sudden, with not really any kind of lead in to that.
No, we've seen a little hint of Nick feeling maybe a bit anxious or unsettled. We've never seen him really drinking. We had the bonfire where he didn't really drink. He went home because he felt unwell. We had Charlie's birthday where he didn't really drink. He looked after Charlie,
He
who
was
got
often the
really drunk.
designated driver, wasn't he, for stuff?
He was designated driver for stuff. We had the prom, and then after prom where they went back to his and he had one beer but then made cups of tea. This was not in character for him. And we got a very small hint of, I'm feeling a bit anxious and unsettled about things. Then suddenly he's blasting the tequila shots out of nowhere. But then also following this, we we don't hear any more of it.
It'd be really interesting to know how it plays out in the book.
It will be.
And if kind of there's more explanation and more kind of build up of that story.
It will be.
And whether they just had to condense everything so much to fit it into the film that they just went straight for 6 shots of tequila.
If we'd built his anxiety, if we'd built him struggling and going off, like balancing on a bit of a precarious ledge for 2 episodes, and then we got into this,
it would make more sense. Yeah.
It would have made sense. It would have worked.
I don't know. I'm going to stick with what I said, though. I don't mind the shock of it because I was like, oh, I was intrigued to be like, what's led to this? I don't understand.
But then there's no resolution to it either. We just leave it behind. And we go, well, what happened there then?
I
don't think we do.
I felt like, with all this series of Heartstopper and the film, I feel like it's a bit like that, trying to cram too much information, trying to condense too much information and too many storylines into too short an episode or too short a film. I feel like that's been like a pattern the whole way through. Easily they should have done like 2 series for each series just to be able to develop the storyline properly.
Yeah, I think with most of the storylines that's true because we don't see any of the middle bits. We just, like with Tal, we just see them arguing at the beginning, then we get a small update about what's been going on off screen, and then they find a resolution at the end.
They're just condensing it down to like random key moments to try to quickly get through the storyline without developing it.
This one is different because I feel like we take the journey with Nick as he discovers where all of this is coming from later on.
Yeah, I think it's a conscious choice, like you said, because they're almost throwing it at you and then exploring the why afterwards.
Yeah, this one gets the time.
I think it could have been a conscious choice.
There's no other scene that shows him drinking.
No, but it's more just showing. It's showing that like obviously only once, but it's showing. It's kind of, later on. It explains that obviously this kind of reckless behaviour is caused by the emotions that he's feeling.
Yeah, he was drinking to try and stay positive and fun, and then when that didn't work out, he tried something else. That's how I took it.
That's the interpretation, but it's left so untouched. We shouldn't have to. Good storytelling gives us more than just leaving it for us to figure out.
I agree. Agreed. I think we needed.
It's not that you have to spoon feed, but you have to explain. You have to give reasons for stuff. You have to explain stuff. You have to link things rather than just going, oh, this thing happens now, and then this thing happens, and you've got to make your own link. It's like, no, you have to make that. That's a story. That's a journey. That's just good storytelling. That's one of the fundamental principles of it. You don't just go, throw this in, and then get rid of it. It goes back to Chekhov's gun. You don't just throw something in and then discard it. There has to be more.
So you wish that he would have just been drinking the whole time? If he's going to drink, stick to it. Commit.
No, but I wish there had either been some scenes before where we got more exploration into his internal struggle that was leading to him acting out of character and irrationally, because he didn't do that at all before this. Or afterwards, some more scenes where it
kind of explains why he turned to that behaviour. Yeah,
where he reflects on it, where he notices the pattern and makes conscious and active acknowledgement of what happened and why it happened, and making sure it doesn't happen again, or rectifying that behaviour. Or
I get what you're saying, and
that doesn't happen. Yeah, there's the arc is about his struggles and anxieties and all of that, and that does play out. Even that is more rushed through, but that's just the way that is. But that does play out. But the specific bit about him acting really out of character and getting really drunk like this and kicking off at some guy flirting with Charlie, like that only happens now and then just doesn't happen again. And it's like, if you're going to act out of character, we need a bit more. There needs to be a climb up that mountain and back down again, rather than just, boom, here it is and it's gone. It just was a bit abrupt. It was all a bit abrupt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sticking with I didn't mind it.
Okay.
I see both sides.
Yeah.
All right, Joni Mitchell. I looked alive from both sides now.
No, I think there's validity in interpreting it either way. I think that's, part of the point.
Sure, but I'm right. Upon arrival back at the Nelson family home, Nick rushes into the toilet and is sick. Again, this speaks to the fact that maybe Alice Oseman isn't like a massive drinker, because every time they write a scene where people drink, someone throws up. And yeah, that does happen a lot with teenagers, but not every single time. It's, again, a bit of a go-to cliche. It's like...
Yeah, although I will...
He drank enough to be sick.
That was enough tequila to be sick, yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
Absolutely. But it's like Darcy's party, sick. Charlie's party, sick. The Halloween party, sick.
I mean, but
There's
also,
always someone at these
he
things.
drank enough tequila to not make it all the way home in a taxi and get to the bathroom to be sick. He would have been sick in that taxi.
Yeah. How long has passed since he did all of those shots and then danced around at the band and then got angry at Charlie and then got told he couldn't have another pint and then got driven home? Tequila ain't staying in your system for that long. But hey, there we are. Charlie's locked outside the toilet. He looks to David for a bit of support. David just scoffs. He's done a good enough deed that he feels it's possible. And to know himself, no, I've done my bit. I'm out of here. So he heads upstairs. Nick very angrily rejects Charlie's help.
So angry.
But again, this is
Quite
why I thought it was a
aggressive.
precursor to his story arc. Because I was like, why is he rejecting the help? Because he thinks he has to be perfect.
Yes, but again, it just for me, it felt a bit abrupt and out. But I needed to see a bit more of a build on him feeling helpless, on him pushing back against people trying to help him, to then have such an angry response as this. Yes, it's okay for him to have this angry response, but not if it's just out of nowhere. It's not Nick. It doesn't work. We need to build to a different Nick response. And, I wouldn't want anyone in there with me either, but not because I don't want to be helped, just because I don't like sick. I don't want anyone near me when I'm being sick, and I don't want to be near anyone when they're being sick. He does then relent. He sees the error in his response and he lets Charlie in after all. We then skip to them in bed. Again, we've talked about the fact that if I'm in Charlie's shoes, I've gone home. I've said, no, you're being sick. I remember talking about my Charlie and having to pick him up from a club in Brighton and me dropping him off at his home and him saying, will you stay with me? And me going, no, I absolutely won't. So I wouldn't be staying there if I were Charlie. Charlie's better than me, clearly. He sticks around. He asks what happens. Nick blames the lads for giving him all the shots, and then that he saw the flirting and he went a bit crazy. And Charlie's like, nothing would happen. And let's talk about it tomorrow. And there's that sweet line, I love that we have tomorrow. I did like that. That was a good moment.
That was a good line.
And then Charlie's left looking all worried as he turns the lights out. And that does bring us to a quarter of a way through the film.
Yes!
And so we're going to leave it there, because we've had a lot, and we've started to get heated already. I thought I'd bought a T-shirt, and then it turns out I hadn't bought it, and I'm a bit
Is it still in your
disappointed.
basket?
Is it sold out now?
I don't know that it is, but I really want it for when I do medieval reenacting. It's like medieval style artwork of two knights, but they're getting it on, and it says heated chivalry on it. And I'm like, I need that for when I'm going medieval reenacting. I need it. And I thought I'd bought it, and then it didn't turn up, and I was like, oh god, I bought it from one of those dodgy internet shops. But I can't actually find any trace that I have ordered it, so I don't think I did buy it. But I want it. But yes, it's got a bit heated. There's not been much chivalry, but that's what we're here for. I hope that we haven't put people off. I think there will be some people that feel the same way that we do, and I think there'll be some people that don't. And I think that's fine, and that's why we're here. We're the Yellow and Blue crew together.
Interesting that you say that when, as soon as somebody has a differing opinion to you start to get a little bit defensive.
I'm not offensive. I'm not offensive.
Mm-hmm.
I just know I'm right.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yes, I'm right.
Right.
Yes, I am.
Right.
Yes, right.
Right.
Yeah, I'm right.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So there we are. We are going to continue our Heartstopper Forever journey next week. We're a quarter of the way through the film. Maybe we'll bosh a whole quarter out next week. or perhaps we won't. Certainly we're not going to do this in 4 episodes, because we've done 2 already and we're only a quarter of the way through the film. But we are going to keep going until we're finished. And then we're going to do a big roundup episode, so we've got a long way to go. I don't think there is anyone here that has come to us specifically for Young Royals content. Well,
Yeah, they haven't let it be known.
they certainly haven't. I don't think there are that many people that are going to be sitting there going, oh, God, can't we going to have to wait this long till we get back to Young Royals? Because we are going to have to wait. We've got to get Heartstopper Forever out the way first, and that's just that. Not out the way. We've got to finish journeying through it, and we will. I'm excited to see how you all take our first conversation when that releases tomorrow, but also last week, because we're in a time loop. Let us know your thoughts. As always, you can find us on our Facebook group, on Insta at A Heartstopper Podcast. We'll be back next week for more Heartstopper Forever. In the meantime, take care, stay safe, and goodbye.